Princess Diana. Just coming in to make a quick video, and this is off the cuff. I was just thinking about, and this is for, it could be for men and women, but I'm gonna make this for women. Because I had to focus a little bit more on what I would tell a male friend, or what if he asked for advice or something like that. I would say for women, this is for women dating men, especially young women dating men. If you're older, you should know better. But anyways, older woman, you should know better. All right, or older lady, whatever, 30s, 40s, on up, you should know better. Okay? That real fun, exciting guy gives you thrills all the time. He may not be the one for you. Because I'm not saying that you can't have a man that's like that can be good to you, but it's gonna y'all let me know, men let me know. It might be rare if you're the type of guy that's more chilled out. Like, get you a chilled out guy that's balanced and stable is what you're looking for. Stability when you're looking for a mate. I'm thinking that's just what I'm thinking. If you want a relationship, I feel like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna open this drink up, y'all. You're looking for more stability, you would want to get a stable guy, right? Those guys that are always partying, always going out every dang on where, like, can't sit his butt down and stuff like that. Like, first off, at this age, that would drive me crazy. But as a younger person, I can see you seeing it as fun. Now, to me, that's not fun. If you're going somewhere all the time, I ain't got time for that. Like, sit your butt down somewhere. Let's watch a movie. We can go to dinner and do chill stuff, but I don't want to do super exciting things all the time. Like, that's too much for me now. But when I was young, because I remember being young, and like, an exciting guy was cool. Like, a boring guy, I could deal with him, but I would feel like I have to. But see, that's the masculine energy side, I guess, of me. I would feel like I have to be entertaining doing it. Now I know I don't have to entertain nobody, and they can entertain me. We can entertain each other, or organically. I think I'm using the wrong code, y'all. We can entertain each other organically. Like, if you tell a funny joke or do something funny, cool. But we don't have to stress out. Somebody's calling me. We don't have to stress out, and we don't have to stress out and do all these unusual things just to impress each other. We don't have to do that. I hope I put in the right code. I tell you, Lord. But yeah, somebody who's all over the place and stuff like that, they more than likely you might suit the relationship. They might perceive that it's too boring for them to settle down at the time. Maybe when they get older, but then who wants to wait till somebody get old as heck when you are into them or attracted to them right now? I am at the ATM, y'all. Gotta get my son some money. But yeah, just a thought, like, to consider if this person even has time for you. Do they make any time for you, or are they always on the go? Now, some people, like, when they're younger, like, some guys, they will make time for you, but they might have more energy, I guess, and but they'll be wanting to go out with you all the time and do stuff with you all the time. That might be a little different. Y'all guys let me know. I don't know. That might be a little different. But if you know you're a chilled out person, if you know you're a chilled out type of woman, you going to get with a man that's like all over the place and stuff like that, you're not going to be able to keep up with him. You ain't going to be able to keep up with him. And I had to say that to myself. I was like, because there's some guys in their 40s, honey. I don't know if they're like going through because I'm thinking, like, I didn't think you would be going through a midlife crisis at this age, but maybe they are. They are, like, because I know this one guy, like, he takes a bunch of trips. He takes a bunch of trips every year, which is nothing wrong with that. Like, full on vacations, to you know, overseas or internationally and stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, okay, you're single. Why are you doing all this vacationing? You're not expacking. You know what I'm saying? You're not traveling like, you know, way overseas somewhere, you know, Italy, and doing all that. You're doing like the resort areas. Like several, not a few times. A few times would be like 3 times a year, 2-3 times a year, right? And like I say, there's nothing wrong with that. But me, you do have to judge things and people's situations, right? It's not so much judging a person, you're judging a personality, what the situation, what could be going on in this person's mind. Because like, you're looking at the person, you're like, okay, I'm somewhat attracted to this person. You know, they're attracted to me, or they said they were. I showed interest, but then their lifestyle, is it meshing up with yours? You know, that's what I look at right now. Because I'm like, I just, you know, if I'm gonna date a man, I want him to be able, let's be able to chill. Let's just have, you know, we can still have fun. Like, I like having fun, and to me, I could be at home having fun. Like, I'm gonna tell jokes, and it's just me, and not me trying to entertain them. I'm just funny like that. I make myself laugh. I can be at home watching TV and stuff, and be in there just having a ball, rolling, just laughing. You know what I mean? Having a good time, just feeling just all kind of good vibes by myself. So I can do that with other people, and I've done it before. So I'm just thinking, you have to know what you're comfortable with. If you're dating this man, and like I said, I'm talking to women, and it's like, man, like, do you feel tired and worn out? Like, this man is wearing you out. That's not really what I'm into at this point in my life. When I was younger, I think I would be kind of okay with it in a sense, but I was listening to another lady, and I've heard somebody else say this, and I've talked to people, you know, men and women, and we were just talking about like my age group, right? God, I like how this is. Our age group, you know, a lot of our parents, you say yes ma'am, no ma'am. You know, somebody give you some food, you go somewhere, don't turn it down. You gotta eat it, just cover it up. But you know, just act. It's always this courtesy thing. It was like no boundaries. Nothing wrong with being courteous. I love being respectful and receiving respect and stuff like that. And I feel like the kids can work on the respect factor these days, or some of the younger people. But they have boundaries, which I like, and we need more boundaries. So maybe that's super exciting, y'all, baby. And yes, I might have liked him. Like, you know, you got a crush and all these things, or not even a crush, just, you know, you think the person is attractive and you're attracted to him. But that doesn't mean, you know, you can be, now I know, as I got older, it's like, okay, you can be attracted to a person, but you don't have to entertain them in any kind of way. And I'm not saying going too far, but just in any kind of way. It's like, you can, you know, you say, okay, I find you attractive and everything, but I don't think we're a match, because, you know, my energy is over here and yours is over there, you know? And I just know that I don't feel like keeping up with all that. You just gotta set your boundaries and state. Don't say, I think if and that and all that. No, just, I know that this is gonna be too much for me. You know, like, I had to tell somebody, I was like, you know, like, okay, for example, at this stage, I had my son, and he's a teenager. So, yes, I'm still eligible to have another child, but do I want to? I don't. Now, if I was to get married, we would really have to think about this. Do we want to have a baby? If we do, then honey, let's go to, you know, the attorney's office, and then let's go ahead and get us a will and trust, and you're gonna put our future baby in there, because I need this child to be fully covered. I need for them to get all your life insurance and give me half and get that baby half, because you're not gonna play with me, okay? But that, you know, just going forward, I had to think about all these things, and I'm serious about that, because that's women having babies. So I mean, anytime a woman has a baby, it's life or death. To be honest, you're bringing life in, and you could lose your life giving life. Okay. And I don't think most people think of it that way, even though it really could be risky. Okay. To the woman. And especially, I don't know a whole lot about birth, but I just know that some women do die from that. And I'm not saying that's a big majority of people these days. I think they have learned how to, keep the woman alive during the birth and everything. Okay. Anyways, going back to, so you gotta know. So back then when I was younger, if the guy was super, super duper duper exciting, like way more excited more than I am, it just wearing me out. Like, I could have said, you know what? We had that one night of dating or whatever, just, spending time together, or that one day or whatever. And I could have been like, you know what? The next time I heard from him, called me on the phone, because we had cell phones back then when I was in college or whatever. I could have said, I really had an interesting time with you. It was exciting, but I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to wait. But we can be friends if you want to be friends, or cool. But I really don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with you. You're so exciting, so interesting, which is cool. But I think it's going to be cool for another young lady or something like that, But yeah, I just want to put that out there. All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.